And so today my life makes sense, but the minute you think you know everything, at that moment you know nothing. And so I was in India, and I was teaching a course on leadership in India, and I had gone to this university, and I spoke there, and after I left, I got back to the hotel, and I realized I didn't have my wallet. And so I called the hotel, and I said, can you please bring the card back? They have my wallet. And they said, I'm sorry, sir, we don't have a card. That was a taxi we used. And so they tried calling the taxi company, nobody answered the phone. They tried again, and nobody answered the phone. And I became a little cynical. I went from hopeful to skeptical to cynical, and I started thinking the worst of people. And of course, they said, well, my wallet is gone. By midnight, they called and said, we're still trying. He's not answering the phone, the taxi cab driver. But at 2 in the morning, they called and said he answered his phone. His phone was off. He's coming back to your hotel with your wallet. So I get dressed and I run downstairs, and a man meets me, and the bellman translates for me in India in the dialect. And I ask the man, well, and I get my wallet, and everything is in my wallet. Everything. My passport, my money, my credit cards, is all there. And I reach into my wallet, and there's $70 US. I asked the man through a translator, what do you make a month? He says about 2,500 rupees, which at that time was about $70 US. So I reach out and I say, let me give this $70 to you. This is my way of saying thank you. And the man says, no. I said, no, I don't think you understand. I have 1 month's salary for you. I want to say thank you. Here's $70. And the man says to the translator, no. And I said, there must be a translation problem here. I'm talking about paying you. I'm talking about giving you a month's worth of your salary. One more time, he said, and this time he became a little visibly angry. He said, I told you no. I didn't bring you your wallet because I wanted a reward. I brought you your wallet because it's your wallet. Now, this may not sound like an incredible story, but think what would have happened if I had lost my wallet in a taxi in New York City or a big city anywhere in the world. Think about what the chances of me getting my wallet back. Think about it and be honest with yourself now. This is a slum, so as they call it, in India. So I said to the man, what can I do to be thankful to you? What can I do to say thank you? He said, the next time you're in India, come to my house and have tea. Be my friend. Whew. Sometimes when you give, you get. Sometimes whatever goes around comes around. And so Ubuntu, as they say in South Africa, Ubuntu, I am me because you are you. I didn't give that man a thing. He gave me a sense of purpose. He let me understand that there's hope in people and that you can believe in the humanity and the decency of people, and that sometimes people just do things because it's the right thing to do. What if we all just made a commitment to be someone's friend, to show up in their house and have tea, or better, to invite them into our house and make that connection? What does connection mean? Last story. I'm in Harvard at the Young Global Leaders meeting, and there's different countries, 70 different countries represented there, and talking about nuclear disarmament. And one of the people says, well, what would you, I think it was India, what would you want to do with nuclear disarmament? Well, I'd want to have a nuclear weapon. And then, of course, Pakistan would say, if India wants a nuclear weapon, I want a nuclear weapon. And then, of course, Iraq said, if Iran has a nuclear weapon, I want a nuclear weapon. And you get the story here. Then Russia said, well, if America has nuclear weapons, then we want to have a nuclear weapon. And after a while, everybody's hand was up saying, I want to have a nuclear weapon. And then I asked this question. What if we're no longer members of individual countries? What if we're now just global citizens? What if we're all part of the same family? Now, who wants to have a nuclear weapon? The answer was zero. You see, it really does make sense. Because whatever goes around comes around. This thing we're going through right now is not a recession, it's a reset. It's not an economic crisis, it's a crisis of virtues and values. This is not about the failure of free enterprise and capitalism, it's about the failure of greed. When we treated, all of us in the world treated people like transactions and not like relationships. you end up with what we have now. When it's about me and not about we, it's about what we have to get versus what we have to give. When it's about getting rich and not building wealth. When it's about the little we can get paid right now and about me and not about we, you end up with a world that's lost its storyline. Are you with me so far? You gain more by giving. You get more by building. You learn more by listening. We have a chance and an opportunity to change the world because nobody changes in good times. People only change in bad times. No one changes when they're comfortable. They change when they're uncomfortable. We have a chance now to change the world. And so here's my question as I wrap up. And I'm now going to come right to you. I'm going to ask you, what kind of bird do you want to be? But I want you to answer in your own dialect, in your own word. But I'm going to start with something easy, and you're going to repeat after me. I can change the world. I will be the change in the world. You guys sound really weak. Talk like you got passion in your life. Talk, oh my God. Remember now, you're honorary black people, you gotta have some soul. I'm gonna ask you one more time. I am somebody.
I am somebody.
I can change the world.
I can change the world.
I am. Question, what kind of bird do you want to be? No, say it with passion. What kind of bird do you want to be? Give them a round of applause.